All right, it's time for a chocolate whoopie pie.
So to do that, please welcome back to the stage, Texas Tommy.
After 1 year hiatus due to COVID, it's officially back. What I'm referring to is the Bloomsburg Fair. I'm here on opening day of the 2021 Bloomsburg Fair. And I'm going to be spending most of the day here trying some of my favorite fair foods, maybe doing a ride or two, but more importantly, answering the questions of what's different and what to expect. Also joining me today is Jill and Lily. And if you want to hang out with us, you know what to do. Just come along with us as we spend our day at the 2021 Bloomsburg Fair. Right there is normally where the helicopter rides would be, but I believe they are discontinued after they did have a pretty bad accident a few years ago. Alright, so we just entered the fair. This is opening day, which means that it is cheaper admission. We only paid $3. Parking was $5. But to get into the fair itself, it was only $3. I think the rest of the week is $8. And we did a digital ticket, so all I had to do was scan the phone, and we got in pretty quick and easy. It is beautiful weather here for opening day. It's in the upper 60s, low 70s, sunny skies. Going to be in the 40s tonight. And the fair runs from 2 p.m. so it just opened and closes at 9. The rest of the week is open longer hours. The one thing I had trouble with though is I couldn't find any information regarding the Midway. Their website is partially updated, partially not. They have updates regarding concerts and shows here this year, but as far as rides go in the Midway, everything was dated for 2019. So I don't know who the Midway is. I don't know if they have wristbands. I don't know anything about it. I had really difficult time trying to get any answers or information. So we're going to find that out hopefully here once we walk around the fair. But other than that though, everything else is seems pretty familiar. You know, having not been open last year, they are kind of resuming with where they left off in 2019. It's not a fair unless you get some farm equipment, and there's your selection of different tractors and farm equipment and heavy equipment. And also too, if you're not aware, I do believe the Bloomsburg Fair is the largest, or one of the largest fairs in Pennsylvania. Certainly one of my favorites. Now, if you're wondering about masks, well, masks are not mandated on the general fairgrounds. The only time they're asking you to wear masks is if you go in one of the buildings, indoors, confined spaces, but it's optional if you want to wear it, but most people are not wearing one. But we did bring ours just in case. But it is nice to see that, you know, most people are just enjoying the fair as it used to be without worrying about too many risks. Now, on the weekend or more busier days, that may change with people wearing them, but so far for opening day here, it is not too bad. Most, I'd say about at least 90% of people are not wearing one. The smells here are intoxicating. It's like everywhere you walk, every 5 to 10 feet you get a new smell, whether it's deep fried or sausage and peppers or pizza. Oh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of eating today. When you hear that distinct sound of a hit and miss engine, you know you're near the homemade ice cream stand. Looks like maybe not every stand is open today, but majority of them are. But come tomorrow, the full day of the fair, everything should be operational. Jill's a bit disappointed though because her pumpkin waffle stand's not open yet, so I'll have to check back later today. Here's the pitch a dime, which you see in the movie Joe Dirt. And if you land a dime on any plate or cup or anything, you get to keep it. But on the movie Joe Dirt, when he works this, he sprays items with Pam, or cooking spray, so it slides right off. But they do have it here, Bloomsburg Fair, dime pitch. So we stopped at our first food stand. I got myself a bratwurst. I asked for it the way it normally comes, so there's sauce on it, onions. I did get an order of french fries. Jill had kibasi, which she devoured already. And Lily has steak and cheese. So I'm gonna dive into it, let you know how it is, and share my thoughts at the end, because I have a few things I just want to mention, just for if you come here for yourself, on what not to do that we did today already. Well, we made our first mistake. We came to the fair on an empty stomach, which is the wise thing to do, you know, because you want to come and enjoy the food. But instead of checking around more and seeing what the prices are and what the portions are. We just picked a place at random, and that food that we had was kind of disappointing. We paid a total of $38, which I don't feel is anything close to being worth that. Sandwiches are really small at $9 a piece. Fries were soggy, and on top of that, the service was just not that great. It seems like they almost didn't even appreciate our business. So 38 bucks gone. We're still hungry, but we learned from our mistakes, and we're gonna move on to find some more food options, make sure we get a better deal for our money.
Whoopie pies.
Whoopie pies. She's already thinking about dessert.
Okay, can I get...
Are you glitching out?
Can I get 3 chocolate chip, 3 chocolate, and 3 pumpkin?
She got her whoopie pies. A little overboard.
You do think it is.
So instead of getting like 1 for each of us, she got 9. So we're set for the day on whoopie pies. Alright, got myself a kraut dog, spicy brown mustard on a bun with traditional sauerkraut. Okay, so this was only $4. It's a Nathan's hot dog, sauerkraut, and spicy brown mustard. That is a lot better than the bratwurst I just had. All right, it's time for a chocolate whoopie pie. Some pretty neat signs here made out of wood. Looks like license plates. Pittsburgh, trick or treat, and your favorite sports teams and other things like Harley Davidson. That is pretty neat, but that truck needs to be blue. Oh geez, they even have bats flying around here.
The carousel horse?
South Park? You got robbed. So we made our way to the one of 2 midway areas. This is more geared towards little kids, but they do have a variety of stuff here. Everything from a carousel to bear fair, the teacups, umbrella ride, the fun slide, and we're gonna keep walking through, see what else there is. There's a little dragon coaster back there. I'm trying to see who the amusement company is. Oh, Amusements of America. And let's see what the prices are. All right, so they have hand stamps for $20, which is not terrible. It's a reasonable price because you get the rides here and the rides in the back part, the big midway. They do sell individual tickets. They have 56 tickets for 50 bucks. So I guess depending on if you or your kids or whoever's gonna be riding. But rides are definitely not included with your admission, but wristbands are 20 bucks, which I think is pretty reasonable. I've seen some fairs where they charge over 30, so once we see what the other midway has to offer, then you know for yourself which option you want to go, tickets or wristband. So one of the free shows that's included with your admission is Wild World of Animals. They have a little stage here with bleachers, and I guess they put on some type of show or act featuring different wild animals. Now this is the way to enjoy the fair. One of my favorite things to do coming to the Bloomsburg Fair is the sky ride. Now there is a separate fee for this. You could do $5 one way or $8 round trip. But it's a great way to get to the back of the fair without having to walk through the crowds. And of course, I'm going to share some of the views along the way. One thing I'm noticing that's missing this year is usually in this area here, they have some of the sideshow stuff like the world's smallest horse, world's largest rat, you know, things of that sort, the snake lady, but I don't see them this year. Also, there's usually a Native American group that comes here and plays live music, selling their music on CDs. I don't see them either, so definitely a few absences from previous years, but still a good turnout though of vendors. Like I said, most of which are open. There's maybe 10% that are not open yet, but they probably will be open either this evening or by tomorrow, which is their first full operational day. And the smells are lofting up here too. There's smoked turkey legs over there, cheesesteaks, hot dogs, and there's a giant orange. Hey, I found one finally. I was looking for one at the Hartford Fair. There's even pizza there. They put a sign on the roof, which is pretty cool. Get to see it from the sky ride. Now I do see the midway back there, but the one thing I don't see, which is very odd, is a Ferris wheel. So either they moved it somewhere else or they don't have one this year, but that is the big midway, the big attraction rides. I do see the Ring of Fire going around. I do see a roundup and a drop tower. As of right now, no Ferris wheel, but that'll be determined. Remember I was telling you earlier about how we got kind of gypped on our food? Well, we walked by earlier and I checked it out. Hewlett's hot sausage right here. Their hot sausage sandwich is $8 and probably at least 2 or 3 inches longer than the ones we had earlier. So that's probably going to be something we're going to check out later and get a Italian sausage sandwich, but definitely more value for your money at that stand. Oh, I spy potato pancakes. Now there's one potato pancake there, but over behind the grandstand area there's another one that has a long line. I think that is the probably best one here. If they have a long line, you know it's got to be good. I also do spy cactus taters, which we're going to get later too. That's where they get a whole potato, put it on a drill bit and spin it, and it spirals into almost like a blooming potato. They deep fry it, and it's like a kind of unique way of having potato chips. So just below us here is what I like to refer to as Games Row. It's this whole stretch of your common carnival games like milk jug toss, ring a bottle, balloon pop, horse racing. So that's what you're going to find down here. But directly across from there is something brand new for this year, and that is their new racetrack. They did a big reconstruction of the racetrack area, building an inner track with banked turns, which is something they never had before. It's always, you know, usually around here or something temporary, but they do have a brand new racetrack and a brand new stage area too for the 2021 fair. So I guess I was incorrect. There is indeed a Ferris wheel, but it's a very minuscule one. Almost couldn't see it because it was being blocked by a tree. And in the past they've always had very large Ferris wheels. Looks like they're doing some sound checks over there at the stage, but yeah, Ferris wheel's there, but it's very small compared to past years. You probably can't see me too well with the sun, but we are on our final approach here with the sky ride, heading down towards our drop-off area, which is going to bring us to the rear of the fair and the primary midway area, and you get a better look at some of the rides they do have. One thing I see in the background looks like maybe Wall of Death. If I'm not mistaken, that could be it. Thrill Arena. I'm not sure if it's the California Hell Riders, but I do see a Wall of Death back there, which hopefully is open, and I'd like to be able to share that with you guys. But there's the Ferris wheel, very small. Ring of Fire. They do have a claw that swings. Pharaoh's Fury, which I definitely won't be riding, as I got second that earlier this year. But yeah, a little bit of stuff here and there. Hopefully they have a dark ride too. If they do, I'll probably buy some tickets and do the dark ride. But a lot of these rides are just too too much out of my league for me. They just not enjoyable. But once we get off, we're gonna walk around here and we'll see what else there is.
How was it?
Horrible.
For riding, please remove your hands from the handrails.
Okay, sir, watch your step.
Alright.
It's on your
Exit
right hand side.
quickly to the gate on
Enjoy
your
the fair.
right.
Thank you. Like the costume. Alright, first thing I'm noticing is it's much emptier than other years. Now, up until I think 2018, it's always been Reithhofer shows providing the Midway. And Amusements of America came. I think this is their second or third year there. And personally, I've always been pretty disappointed. I always liked Reithhofer, had a great selection, a lot of Midway attractions, both games and rides. So Amusements of America, not that there's anything wrong with them, I just don't care for them as much as Reithhofer. So it's looking pretty empty though compared to other years, because usually it's, you know, shoulder to shoulder with things to see, like games, rides, other things, but there's a lot of empty space here, and the Ferris wheel, like I said, is pretty disappointing. Thrill arena. Is this operating today? Okay, so I was talking to those wonderful folks. That is a variation of the California Hell Riders. They actually know who they are. I was talking to them about how I used to watch Don Daniels Sr. and Jr. They indeed do put a go-kart and motorcycle on the straight up and down wall. So we're gonna check out their show later on. Pretty neat looking funhouse over there with the variations of Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, even Peter Pan. I got some bull riding here. Tilt-a-whirl, Ring of Fire, Roundup. There's this sledgehammer. There's no aliens here. Let's see if they can do it here. It's not holding the sledgehammer right. He did worse than the other guy, and he's bigger, but he wasn't holding the sledgehammer right. You gotta have one hand up and slide it down. He wasn't doing that. That is a big no-no for me. That ruined my day at the Hartford Fair.
So to do that, please welcome back to the stage, Texas Tommy. Texas Tommy has with him some cowboy whips, and the cowboys would use those out on the frontier to herd their cattle. Now they wouldn't hit them with the whip, that would hurt. Instead, they would use that loud sound to guide them where they wanted them to go. And that loud sound is actually a sonic boom, because the end of the whip is moving very, very fast. Everybody say hi, Miss Texas. Howdy, Miss Texas. All right, now. Miss Texas is a 2-year-old potbelly pig, and she has some fancy things she'd like to share with you all. One more? 2 more. All right, come on, Miss Texas. Very good job. One more try. She's outsmarted us again. There you go. Very nice. How about a little encore? Good job. Show everybody your pretty face. Very good.
So we just checked out a free show of Texas Tommy and Miss Texas the Pig. That was a pretty fun show. Next to that is a free circus show of sorts. Looks like they have some feats of strength, World of Wonders, beheadings, it says, even a voltage chair. So this is going to be later on this evening at 5:30 and 8:30, a free show right next to Texas Tommy. But this one looks like it may be something worth watching, so we're going to try to make it back here later and check that out as well. But we're going to continue walking around. We're going to be getting some more food in a little while. As mentioned, the Midway area is more open and more bare than ever. Not to say there's nothing to do here, but just compared to previous years, that's all I could compare it to. There's not as many rides, not as many games, but don't forget, all these rides are included with your $20 wristband if you do choose to do that. But I don't see any dark rides and nothing I really wanted to ride myself, so if anything, I'll just give you some footage of the rides in operation a little bit later on. Otherwise, we're just going to continue walking. A lot of vendors, a lot of different things to see, and maybe we'll find some more free shows as well. Something else new this year is First Bite Fishing, where actually kids can come here and do some fishing here in this tank, which is stocked up with some pretty large fish. I believe it's just catch and release just for fun, but it is for kids, and it's the first time they ever had this. I did hear about it on the website or Facebook, I believe, but the free fishing area for kids is over here in the Midway area. So what do you think of the fair so far?
I like it.
What do you like?
I like the piggy.
The piggy, Miss Texas?
Yes. I like the food.
But not many rides for us though, right?
Yeah.
Lean and toss. Okay, so after a little bit of walking around and check out the rear part of the fair, we are back up near the front area-ish. We are on the hunt for cactus taters. It's gonna be our next food option. Gonna get an order of those, share them with you. And I'm heading back there to check out the motorcycle thrill show. Here we are, Arizona Original Cactus Taters. Get ourselves an order of these. These are some of my favorite fair food items here. Get them with cheese, bacon, extra cheese. I like them plain with just salt on them, maybe a little bit of vinegar. So here is our large order of cactus taters. As you can see, they're just potatoes that are spun out as we saw them doing on the drill press there. And I just put some salt on them and they taste very, very good. And just like that, they're almost all gone. We did definitely enjoy our cactus taters. Now I just wanted to jump in here really quick just to give you an update on things. Now, last time I was here, I believe was 2018, and 3 years later, things seem familiar but a little bit different. I mean, it's not really a bad vibe here, it's just things have definitely changed though. There's definitely things missing as far as certain attractions and vendors and stuff like that. But with that being said though, I am very happy that the fair is back. My first time ever coming on opening day. For $3, it's a fantastic deal, but you do have to understand though that not everything's open and things are kind of, you know, just kind of getting into the swing of things, especially after having last year off. All right, so done with the cactus taters, belly's full for now. I say for now, definitely gonna eat again later. Jill and Lily are taking a walk to do some shopping, get some stuff for themselves. And I'm taking a walk with you guys to the back of the fair because it's time for the motorcycle stunt show. So let's go check that out next.
Alright, we got Billy on the side. We're going to make a little bit of noise and we're going to let through. Gather around, gather down. It's go time. It's race time. That's Diary means it's go time down here in the Thrill Arena. 4 highly trained professional riders. Each of the wall, best drive. Children here to be by the man to my right.
I have to tell you, I'm so happy this is here because I missed the California Hunt Riders. This is a different rendition of it with some pretty cool pieces of equipment. The 1, 2, 3, 4 motorcycles and a go-kart, which will go on this wall here, straight up and down. If you haven't seen this show, you're gonna love it. So they are the Wild Wheels Thrill Arena, and they did an awesome job. By far the best value here at $2. You get about a 15-minute show, and the great thing about that is that when you give a donation like I did, they actually grab it off the go-kart. In the past, California Hell Riders do it on one of the Harleys, I believe. First time ever getting a go-kart on the wall, taking your donation. So those guys did an awesome job. If you come to the fair, check them out back here in the back of the Midway area. Chaos, that seems like a pretty accurate name for that. Very chaotic ride. Alright, we got the free attraction over here now. Looks like it's being taken care of by Texas Tommy.
Come on in, find yourself a nice spot. Hi, how are you guys? Good, thank you. Come on in, everybody.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Of any public execution, you've got to have an angry mob. And that's where you guys come in. You're going to be the angry mob. You even have a line. When I count to 3, we'll all raise our fists in the air and yell, "Off with her head!" All right? Let's practice. 1, 2, 3.
Off with her head!
Perfect. Have you done this before? Yeah. Now, I'm going to turn to Brent. I'm going to raise the blade, and on 3, don't forget your lines. It'll be off with her head. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Off with her head!
It worked! Who would have thought? Oh, but it made a mess. Hey, Hermie, can you clean that body up for me back there? Thank you. Now, while he's getting that mess cleaned up, do you guys want to see what's in this box?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's in the box? It's the severed head of Llewellyn Lynn, of course. What else could be in there? Now, Llewellyn, you look great. How do you feel?
A little lightheaded.
She's got jokes, folks. Now, we showed you her severed head. Do you guys want to see her headless body, too? Of course.
Sure.
Hey, Hermie, what'd you do with her body? You put in the thing? It's in the thing? All right, you guys are in for a treat, because through a miracle of modern medical science, we have her living and breathing. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes upon the headless body of Llewellyn Lynn. Now, Llewellyn, wave to the crowd so they can see the mind-body connection is still strong. I know this is weird. It's freaky. And no offense, Llewellyn, it's a little gross. We're going to have to cover her back up so the doctors can check her out. But Llewellyn, wave goodbye to everybody. And let's have a big round of applause for her headless body. But with a little duct tape and some super glue, they say you could fix anything. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this backstage to the doctors. I'm sure she'll be fine. And they'll see if they can reattach her head to her body. That is the guillotine with Llewellyn Lynn.
Woo! Oh.
For the atomic dome. Let's hear it one more time for Hermie. Make some noise for Llewellyn Lynn.
Hey!
I am the great Osleon. We are the world of wonders. Thank you very much.
So you're probably wondering, why are we in the studio? Well, there's a simple answer for that. I somehow lost the remainder of the footage. I don't know if I accidentally deleted it or if the card got corrupted or what happened, but the last file I have is the circus little sideshow thing that we watched. After that, everything is gone. Now, I did share the photo montage with you, and that does include some nighttime photos, including on the sky ride. I did do an official outro on the sky ride with Jill, but that file is gone, as well as a couple other little things, having some ice cream and just walking around. So, I mean, the outro is the only thing I really cared about, so that's why I'm forced to do one here. But I just wanted to kind of share my final thoughts on the 2021 Bloomsburg Fair. As I stated throughout the video, things are a bit different, but still familiar. I mean, nothing lasts forever. You know, nothing stays the same. Things do change, and you know, you're going to notice some key differences. But overall, I'm definitely happy that the fair is back. And the fair is how you make it. I mean, if you want to go there and have a good time, you certainly could. If you're expecting it to be the same as previous years, you're going to notice a lot of differences. The only big gripe I have, and it's just my personal opinion, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone else, but I do wish Reithofer shows was still doing the midway. Back then, they used to have the Dunk the Clown. They had like the pool carnival game where you have to kind of run the 3 balls to win a prize. They had a lot of other things, but the midway area used to be really packed. Even used to have like sideshow attractions. Like they used to have a little person that did stuff. They had like a bearded lady, other things like that. That, you know, to me is like a true carnival feel and atmosphere. And this one this year was pretty bare. I mean, it was, to me, disappointing. I mean, other people may disagree, but Amusements of America, I mean, they have, from what I can see, a good selection of rides, but, you know, no dark ride, no large Ferris wheel. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I didn't do any rides just because of that. But, you know, if you want to go there with your kids or for yourself, you know, $20 spend is not a bad deal. They do have enough rides to get your money's worth out of it. As I stated too, we did do a lot of food options. We did make the mistake in the beginning of going to that one location where the portions were small, prices were high, and the atmosphere of their of us being there as far as patrons, they didn't really seem to be too happy about it. So, you know, you live and learn from your mistakes. But otherwise, though, we did have a good day. We stayed till about 9 o'clock at night, right when the fair closed, and we made the best of it, you know. So, despite me losing some of the footage, you know, I just want to share the rest of it with you. Don't forget to, I will be putting out a dedicated video of the Wild Wheels Thrill Arena motorcycle and go-kart stunt show. That was my favorite part of the fair. $2. I would watch that time and time again. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. You know, if you plan on going to the fair, hopefully this gives you an idea as to what to expect. If you've been there in the past, let me know what you notice is also different. And just as a whole, if you have any favorite moments that you liked, including Miss Texas the Pig, which was quite funny, would love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, on behalf of myself, Jill, and Lily, we want to thank you for hanging out with us and spending your day with us at the 2021 Bloomsburg Fair. Until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the next video.